Hi, I'm Annika Johnson from Al Johnson's in Sister Bay. I hope you enjoy my new video series called Door County Girl. These are stories of my life, the people and places that I love, and of course how we all survive here in northern Wisconsin. You can come back as often as you like, but don't forget to subscribe to Al's YouTube channel. I'll be posting lots of really cool new videos. So let's go. Welcome to another episode of Door County Girl. Today I am here with my special friend, Bruce Alexander. And for those of you that don't know him, he owns Alexander's Restaurant in Fish Creek. And we've been friends for a really long time. So we're just going to talk a little bit about how we became friends and how he's sort of my big brother, some of the fun things that, how we met, that kind of stuff. So. Anyways, I'm just going to ask him a bunch of questions. He's going to tell me some answers and tell me some funny stories, I hope.
You got it.
We can't talk about everything.
No, not everything's going to be discussed.
Yeah, because we got secrets.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody's got secrets, so. Okay. Well, how did we even meet?
Basically through Al Johnson's, through your brother.
Yep.
Mitch Larson as well, Ken and Bunda. God rest his soul. And basically just, I lived with Lars for 8 years. So you're floating around. I always went down to Al Johnson's in the morning, got coffee. Before I was at the Hotel du Nord for 22 years, so that's where I worked, living with Lars. And basically that started our friendship with the Johnsons.
So I remember when you guys all lived together at the farmhouse. Did you live right away with him at the farmhouse? Because Lars bought a house. It was
right.
David Lee's old farm in Sister Bay. And then he moved in, and he was a bachelor. And so, of course, he had the bachelor pad there.
Right.
And then you moved in with him at one point.
I think it was in '86.
Okay.
Yeah. Before
that, or after, I don't know if it was before that or after that, we had rented it, a bunch of girls.
That was after.
So Lars was living where then?
At that time, I don't know.
He wasn't living with us.
No, he was living down in the little house in the property, wasn't he?
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there was like 8 girls in that house.
Yeah. No, I wasn't.
But then after we all got the boot, you guys moved in pretty
right.
much, and it was you and Per
and Lars.
And Per is from Sweden, if you don't know that. He's our Swedish friend that comes all the time, and
right.
Ava worked at Al's, he worked at Al's, his kids worked at Al's.
Yeah, Michelle Heffler there too.
Oh, well, this is later.
That was later.
But the 3 of you guys lived at Al's.
Right.
And I remember I lived in the little cottage down below. And you guys used to always say to me, Annika, what happens at the farm stays at the farm. Whatever you see, you didn't see.
Right.
I was pretty good about it. I see a lot of stuff too.
Oh, yeah.
I'll tell you, I would never go in the hot tub. We won't talk about that. But you guys all looked alike. It was almost comical. You all are the same height. You all had blonde hair. You all had blue eyes.
That's when I had hair.
Everybody thought you guys were brothers. Right. But you guys were all just buddies.
Buddies and did a lot of stuff together. So.
Yeah, that was the 3 amigos. And then all of a sudden, Michelle Heffler, who was from Chippewa Falls, who I met at Stout.
Right.
So I was going to school at Stout, finishing up, and my roommate was a friend of Michelle Heffler. So my roommate introduced me to her. We just started chatting. She didn't have anything to do for the summer, so I said, why don't you just come up to Door County and work at Al's? My dad has a restaurant. You can waitress, make all kinds of money.
Right.
And she's like, oh, I'd love to. And she didn't have a place to live, so Lars said, wow, she can stay with us. So Michelle was the only girl living at your house with you guys. And she knew the rule, too. What happens at the farm stays at the farm, because that was a lot of fun stuff. You guys had parties.
Yes.
You guys had some mega parties. I had to bow out of some of those and go back down to my little hole down there. So yeah, that kind of went along. And then after that, how did Jill get in the picture then? Michelle
Jill was a friend of Michelle's.
Yes.
That's how Lars met Jill.
Right.
Yeah. How that came about, did they know each other from school? I have no idea.
Yeah, Jill and Michelle went to school together.
Okay.
Jill had a bad breakup or something. She was engaged, something, blah, blah, blah. She needed some time off. Michelle said, come on up. We'll just go hang out, and live it. You can come and relax at where I live. And so she happened to live at the farm with you 3. And that's how Lars basically met Jill. And that's story is they got married, had 2 kids, blah, 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 that whole thing. But with you and I, then when did you move out of the farm?
I think the year they got engaged. So I moved out,
he gave everybody the boot.
Not really the boot, just it's time to move on, which is fine. So
Sure.
it was good, yeah.
And then where did you go?
Went to Egg Harbor, lived with Bob Manson for a year. Then I got my own place over in Bailey's Harbor. Bought a house. Yeah.
And were you still working at the Denord at that
Yes,
time?
yeah.
Okay. And then what happened after that?
After what?
After you got the place in Egg Harbor?
No, I moved to Bailey's Harbor.
Okay, so then you moved to Bailey's
Right.
Harbor, and you got that house.
Right, the house I still have, yes.
But you were alone then?
Yes.
Okay, so then, yeah, go from there.
So I've basically been staying there, working at the Hotel Denord, like I said, for 22 years. And, you know, opportunities go, you know, this place came up. I don't know, we've been here 18 years, 19.
You're talking about Alexander's
yeah.
here.
So basically, like I said, worked there, and we bought this 18 years ago, and rest is, you know, history, I guess.
But you still live in Bailey's Harbor
Yes.
in the same house, okay. But I remember working for you at the Denord for a
Right.
while, because I can never call it Alexander's. I always called it the Denord.
It was Alexander's the last 6 years I was there.
Right.
I leased it from the organization that owned the property.
Right.
Right.
So the restaurant was still there,
Yes.
but there was still a hotel there.
Right.
Yes, I remember that. And then I got to bartend there, but I actually helped you in the kitchen quite. I liked.
We had
Whenever
catering
Bruce
with us,
needed
too.
help, I would just jump in and I would just help out.
I'd call you and help. Thank you very much. But,
Yeah,
you know,
I
it
did
was
back
fun.
out on New Year's Eve, whatever day that was, Thanksgiving. What did I back out of?
I have no idea.
I
It's
did
all a
once,
blur.
and I felt horrible.
Don't remember it.
Yeah, you do. He's just not saying.
Yeah, it's supposed to be nice.
Yeah, it was the last minute. And plus it rained. I felt kind of bad. But anyway, always loved doing it. Always can jump in. Always can help. And I remember I never bartended before. And you asked me if I wanted to bartend at the Denord. Actually liked it.
Who'd you bartend with? Hank?
By myself. Hank sometimes.
Yeah, Hank was there.
Well, I didn't know how to bartend.
Right.
I didn't know how to make drinks. So I had this little cheat sheet there where I had to look at the.
It was different back then to now.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, and then people were never really in a hurry. It was a small bar.
Right.
Nobody was ever like,
there was
I need
like-
a drink, I need a drink. I mean, they
only
were.
8 seats.
Yeah, you had a couple parties where there was some out of control individuals that
Never.
didn't understand waiting in line for this. You're not up. These 3 people are up.
Right.
But that was rare. I won't mention any names. But Bruce knows who they are.
Yeah, I know.
Oh yeah. But anyways, yeah. So I worked there for a little bit on and off. I loved it. Worked in the kitchen, and I like working for food. He knows that. He would even have weddings there, wedding things, and you
There's
would
a
say,
lot of-
"What would you always save me
What's that?
from the weddings?"
Sam and Alexander stuff
No,
like that?
no.
What?
What did I love and eat more of than anyone else did?
Don't remember.
Frosting off the cake.
Cake, yeah.
He would save me this big bowl of frosting off the wedding cakes. Don't tell me why I loved it. I try not to eat it now, but I loved it that. I'd come in and he'd go, "Hey, I saved you all the frosting in the cooler in there. It's on the left." I'm like,
I
"Hey."
remember now, yeah. That's a long time ago.
I know, we're old.
Yeah.
I'm 61 now. What are you?
63.
63.
Yeah.
We're still babies. It's the new 30. Anyway, so then how did you meet Jill?
Jill, basically, I met her first in Florida. I knew her from up here. Ran into
Wait,
her.
I'm going to back up.
Yeah, go ahead.
So you dated Julie Corden for
Yeah.
a long time, who
Right.
I love. Julie Anderson, her name was at that
Right.
time. And she's one of our best waitresses
She's the
we've
best.
ever had at Al's, and she still works there.
Great family.
Yeah. So anyways, you dated her for a long time. I thought for sure you guys were going to get married.
I just went our own separate ways.
I know, things happen. I get it. Love her, still love her. And then what happened?
So basically, travel a lot, basically, and then ran into Jill down in Florida, and then ran into her another time with your brother. We
Is
were
that how
biking.
you first met, down in
No,
Florida?
I knew her up here, you know, just going to Hisby's and stuff like that, too. I think she was dating Kent. But, you know, then Lars and I would go biking, take a bike trip once a week. We did Clay Banks, Amby Trail, and came back, and then went out to dinner at English Inn, and Jill was waitressing there.
Okay. So you started putting the moves on.
Yeah, putting the hit on. And then we actually started dating after Jody and John Gonzalez's wedding.
Okay.
Because Jill worked for me one winter because Jody was getting married in the wintertime.
Yep.
So then we started dating after that, and, you know, the rest is history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you were married.
Yep.
You moved her into your house, of
Right.
course. And then what happened? Because you guys had kids. Boom,
Yeah, we
boom.
got Sophia and Chloe. Yep.
Yep. Awesome kids.
Yep.
Talk a little bit about them because I love them.
Well, Sophia's in transmission school. She helps out the restaurant quite a bit. Chloe is still in Gibraltar, and she is making a commitment to University of Kentucky. So
Oh, she's going to be a Southern gal.
Yeah, she wants to go to Southern. She's still playing all her basketball. She does club volleyball, so yeah.
Okay.
And she worked she took an apprenticeship at Horseshoe Bay last year, which I'm not reluctant, but she needed to branch her wings a little bit, not just working for me all the time.
What'd she do there?
She was like the event coordinator.
At Horseshoe Bay?
Yeah, they lost her one. They fit her in. She knows what she's doing.
That's pretty cool.
So she worked there all summer, and this year, I don't know what she's going to do this summer, but get ready for school and move on.
Okay. So I remember when they were little, like little itty bitties, we would have, so everybody knows that I had a son that had cancer.
Right.
And all of a sudden, I saw a different side of Chloe.
Right.
Chloe would jump in every time I needed a volunteer. Chloe wanted to do this.
Yeah,
Chloe wanted to do. She was real little, but she was super organized, and she wanted to do this, and I mean, I had her doing things that I couldn't even get the adults to do.
Oh yeah, she'd jump in.
Yeah, and I think she was only like 11,
Yeah.
10.
Both my kids are that way.
Yeah, I didn't know Sophia as much then, but Chloe always jumped in, always volunteered, always wanted to do this. Not that Sophia wouldn't, but I mean, they're teenagers.
Yeah,
then.
but I remember when you do the Go Bowl Foundation during, the holidays and fall fest and stuff. She goes, Dad, I got to get Dallas.
I
get
know.
We'll get you there.
I mean, we were texting each other all the time.
Yeah,
Chloe was my number one.
Little thing. Yeah.
I know she'd be the first one to arrive and say, "What can I do?"
Right.
Yeah, so that was awesome. And then both of them still do this.
Oh yeah.
Because of why? Because you're this way.
Yeah, I'm this way.
How did you instill this in them?
They just see what I do every day. I mean, they'll hear the kids, or they'll just hang out and do whatever. When they have a basketball game, they bring the team here before we'd open up, and the whole team be sitting here, chicken fingers and fries and stuff like that, clean up. But then they did a lot of catering with me and stuff. And Thanksgiving's a huge day for us. That's a business day every year. They do all the to-goes. So we had, I don't know, just under 100 to-goes, but it's all timed. So they come through there, pick it up, pick it out the back door, and away they went. We also, community, we gave a lot of meals that people came by for free that, can't afford, stuff like that. So they also hooked that up and get that done as well.
Okay, so now did your daughters see you doing this?
I never did. I just told them what to do, and they figured it out themselves.
Okay, did they ever ask you, why do you do that, Dad?
They do now, but I mean, they know.
No, did they when they were little?
No. Never.
They just thought it was a good idea.
Right.
Because I remember when Bo was little, I think that he always looked at my dad all the time.
Right.
He wasn't looking at me so much, but he saw a lot what my dad did. So when my dad passed away, oddly, we got all these letters coming in all the time that we had never known that he'd done this for this person or he had done this for this person. But Bo was still young enough and old enough to realize that, wow, I want to be like Papa. This is awesome. He had a lot of friends. So I remember he used to tell me, I want to be like Papa. I want to have all these friends that like me because I'm a good guy.
Right.
So I remember Bo learned like that. I can't say that I did it as much as he did. I think I learned from both of them.
Well, your dad had a huge heart. You know that.
Well, yeah. But I mean, it's good to learn these things because I feel like if you have a leg up, you got to help someone else get a leg up.
Well, I'm going to tell you a story about your father. When I took over the Denord, I think it was in 2000, okay? And basically, you had to go get banks and stuff, and they're charging me this huge lease. It was big back then. I'm surprised we survived. But when this all went down, he came and talked to me. He sat me down and said, listen, you need any help, you come talk to me. Don't take any shit or, whatever from anybody. If you have an issue, talk to me first about the banking, this, that, and the other. He's the one that hooked me up with Tom Shooter and Sue Harvey as well when I started my business. He watched over me. So, in a unique way, that's what he cared about, the community and what's going on.
So I'm going to stop right there. Tom Shooter is our accountant. He's an awesome guy. We love him. He's like family. And Sue Harvey, we might as well just adopt her. Yeah. You or I.
But they're,
she's like a family,
they're
too.
They're getting older, too. They don't want to move on with the business.
They're retiring. Both of them are retiring.
So you look
we're
at where
lost.
we're sitting, we already acquired somebody, but not yet. Tom said he's gone, which is the guy's fine with it. But Sue, it's just like, I mean, from the hillside, our parents on the hillside to this, to no more Sue.
Yeah.
I mean, that's going to be tough.
That is going to be tough.
I bought her kids some wine for Christmas,
kind of panic a little bit at Al's.
Yeah. But I mean, where can you go up and see Sue? Hey, I need this today. I need this today. You can't go to a big, huge accounting firm.
Never. She's got an office. She's got a messy desk like my dad's, and she knows where everything is. Right. And you go up there and you sit down with her. She talks. She's got food laying all over you to start eating your things. This is just how mom and pops. And I know that I went to visit Tom Shooter not too long ago, and he told me he's retiring next year. And I'm like, you can't. Like, well, what? What are we going to do? And he goes, yeah, you know, both of us, we're not going to. That's hard for me because I know that when your parents die, you always think your parents are going to live forever.
Well, you go back in this. It's
But
like
you're not ready for that.
No, but
then you get like this with your other friends.
Right. But you look at Tom, you know, when you start a business, which I did, those are the two ones backing me on it.
I know.
You know, the wrong or right, I'll go to Tom. What do we do that's different? What can we do? You just keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing.
I got this. He always is like, I got this. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry
just
about
leave it to me here. Like, I'll just drop him something off. I'll be like, what is this? I don't even know what this is. And he goes, just leave it. It's nothing. Right. But he'll never tell me why it's nothing.
Why they mail it
and
to
all
you.
of a sudden, it's fixed.
It's done.
I know. So I'm like, well, that's good.
But they're a huge fixture with every restaurant up here. I mean, not just us either. So.
Yeah. I don't think Sue wants to retire fully.
No, she'll do a few of them. That's it.
But
her daughter's doing a bunch of them as well.
Yeah, her daughter's super helpful. Yeah. And her daughter actually worked at Al's too.
Yep.
She was a waitress forever and ever. Cracker Jack. Al calls those gals Cracker Jacks when they're really good waitresses. So then when you married Jill and you had your daughters and everything like that, Bruce and I used to go on, I used to go on vacations and I'd meet up with him every now and then wherever he'd be. If I was in Florida, I'd say, oh, I'll be in Florida.
You always have a place to stay.
Yeah, let's go do something. Bruce just brought up right before we were talking about this on film, about the time we were in Captiva. And Bruce is a big biker. I'm a biker where I just ride the bike and I want to look at some flowers and butterflies and, you know, I'm not ready to go out there like and Peloton it all up. So, but Bruce is making me ride. Where'd you make me ride?
We stopped at the lighthouse on Sanibel and going all the way to North Captiva.
It sucked.
It's a hike.
It sucked.
I was in better shape back then, no doubt, but it's a lot. It's all.
I thought I was in shape, and then I was whining about it the whole time.
It was good trails.
Yeah, I didn't whine too much.
Yeah, it was all good.
Yeah, but it was fun. And okay, and you and I went to this place. I remember one time I took some friends with, and we stayed with you, and you took us as a Greek part of Florida.
Oh, that's what the hell was that?
And that's where all the
George's.
sponge divers were and all that. You know,
What was that?
I never would have gone there except for Andy was there
Oh,
living.
no, I took you down to Goodland Island.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I remember, yeah.
And we had
my stands, yeah.
We had great times there. You took me to a couple really good Greek restaurants, which I never would have tried Greek food.
That was on Marco Island and stuff like that too. There were a bunch of them, but
so I learned all about Spanakopia and all that good stuff. Yeah, and Euros and all that. Yeah. So, well, Bruce and I go way back, probably because I met you through Mitchell Larson's group and Lars and
Ken and Bunda.
Yeah, and you've got so many friends.
Yeah, BFLs, all those guys.
Yeah, you have a million friends.
Quite a few.
Yeah, you got more than me.
I doubt that.
We can never have too many friends. That's what I always say. Well, Bruce is actually considered one of my best friends. If I need to get something off my chest, which isn't often.
Or you get something done.
But if I need something done, I'll come and bitch at him. We'll sit in here and I'll say, look, this is bop, 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 bop. He's my Tom and Sue. I'll come and bitch at you about something, and then I feel better about it afterwards.
Yeah. You know, it's just like, you want to make, like, she'll call me up, I need Mom, and she needs a nice dinner.
Yeah, this is the problem as you get older, and, I'm by myself, my mom's by herself. All of a sudden it's Christmas, and I'm like, my mom doesn't want to go out for dinner. I'll call Bruce up. Bruce just says, what time you come in? It'll be ready for you on the back door. So I'll have a big plate of salmon and everything that my mom loves. He'll make me what I love. I just have to pick it up at the back door and take it home and just have my Christmas dinner or my Thanksgiving dinner. Yeah, I love that about this place.
Ingrid was here a couple times the last summer.
But she likes to come in.
This is the only place.
Yeah.
Table 40 down below.
This is the only place. And funny, the Coyote Roadhouse.
Yeah.
My mom loves the Coyote Roadhouse. Loves it. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm saying it's a weird thing because she doesn't ever want to go anywhere except Alexander's. But then she goes to the Coyote Roadhouse. So she likes them both. But she loves you. Yeah. And she loves your family.
She used to call me when I didn't shave. Dirty American, shave your face.
Yeah, Bruce, we can't walk out in the dining room. You look like shit.
She'd say it right to my face.
Bruce is like my dad. He'll walk out of the kitchen with his greasy apron, greasy shirt and everything. But you know what? So what? That's Bruce.
That's me. I'm not going to change for anybody.
Yeah, and it's funny because people might think, weird, why would he ever do that? But if you knew him, you'd say, that's awesome that he does that. Because that's just who you are.
Everybody knows about too. So it's like,
I love that. Well, I love Bruce, and we could go on and on and on, but we have a time limit here, and we're going to have another segment again.
Well, thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, we're going to chat about other things, more about your business eventually here, but this is a good friendship thing, and yeah, I love you.
I love you too.
Anyway, this does it for our Door County Girl episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe at the bottom of the page, and you'll learn some more things about awesome people like Bruce. And don't forget to come on in the wintertime now because they're open. And what are your dates? They're open.
Tuesday through Saturday.
And hours?
Bar opens at 4, restaurant 5.
Yep, and he's usually sitting here at the bar. If you guys don't feel awkward. Yeah, you are. Okay, we have coffee time, and
That's
Bruce.
over there, coffee. That's there in the
Yeah,
morning.
there you go. If anybody wants to meet him, here he is.
Yeah, right, whatever.
Bye, everyone.
everybody.
See you next time. Thanks for watching Door County Girl. Don't forget to subscribe, and we will see you next time.